Hello, and welcome to Fridays with Friends. My name is Shayna Finkelstein, and I'm a staff attorney at Coast to Coast Legal Aid of South Florida, representing victims of domestic violence and seniors who are victims of crime. Today, we have Crystal Dernier from the Family Visitation Program Supervisor at Children's Home Society of Florida, and we're very lucky to have her. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about the program that you work with?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal. I'm the program supervisor at the Broward Family Visitation Center. We recently opened, I believe, early this June. We're located on West Commercial Boulevard near 31st, close to I-95 and to the Turnpike. We provide supervised family visitations for families, specifically in Broward County. Um, our goal is simply to provide a safe, welcoming space for visits, protecting children, custodial, and the visiting parent. Our services include obviously supervised visits, case management, that includes weekly check-ins, identifying any needs or services that you may need outside of supervised visits, court testimony, that's if we're subpoenaed, and then also financial assistance. If you need assistance with transportation, if you're the visiting parent, we will book you a lift. If you are a custodial parent and you also need assistance with transporting the kids to the center, we also provide support for that as well. And if you are court ordered for parenting classes, we will also pay a portion of that as well too. What is needed for our program is simple, is a brief referral that can be completed by the attorney, the judge, or yourself as the visiting or custodial parent, a court order from Broward County, your judge, and then also just a willingness to participate in our program. And when it comes to payment, we do have a sliding scale fee that depends on your income. So our highest bracket would be anything over 50,000. You'll be charged $80 an hour, and then from there it gets lower. We do try to reduce every barrier that can prevent either the custodial or the visiting parent from being able to participate. So if you are facing a hardship, we do ask that you write a hardship letter indicating why you're not able to pay, because we know attorney fees are expensive, court fees are expensive, transportation is expensive, and there's other responsibilities that you have outside of the visits. Once we get that, we will happily waive your fee. Our visits typically involve 1 to 2 hour visits. So we're open Monday through Friday. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 9:30 to 5:30. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're also open on Saturdays from 12 to 4 p.m. That is case by case basis. But those are our hours. Now, we're not limited to just those hours. So we are also aware that most families are competing for those evening hours because children are in school during the day. And so we do host families outside of those operation hours as well, to accommodate, to make it easier for the families and ensuring that, they're able to meet the requirements of their court order. These are some frequently asked questions of our process. I just briefly go through them, but the first step, as I mentioned earlier, is we need an official court order and a referral. Now, sometimes we know that court orders take time to be written. So if you give us the referral first, we'll already just initiate the intake process so that by the time we do get the court order, there's no delay in scheduling your visits. So again, either the custodial, the visiting parent, or the judge can do the referral, or the attorney. And then the court order, once we get the court order, we can initiate those visits. How long are the sessions? As I mentioned, usually 1 to 2 hours, depending on the needs and also the court order. How many visits you can have, again, that's based on the court order. And due to high demand, we're usually very limited where we're not able to accommodate, because sometimes we get 2 times a week, 3 times a week, or 2 times during the week, and then once on the weekends. Again, we do our best to accommodate, but it's usually based on what the court order asks. And transportation, as I mentioned before, if the visiting parent, if you're having difficulty getting to the center, we will book you a lift. The only requirement is that you download the app really, so that we can request it in your name. And then you will normally contact your case manager or myself to arrange the transportation. What if the other party has a restraining order? So regardless if they have a restraining order or not, we do ask that the visiting parent arrive at least 30 minutes prior to the actual visit. And then once they arrive and check in, we have them wait in the back open area. And then when the custodial parent comes to drop off the children, then we bring the children to the back. And same thing when the visit is over. We release the children before. We wait until the custodial parent leaves the parking lot, and then we will release the visiting parent to leave. This is just to help keep a wholesome and peaceful environment for both parties, just to avoid any conflict that could arise. If you're not, again, able to pay the visitation fee, again, we just encourage you to write us a hardship letter, and we would be happy to waive your fee. And that concludes my presentation. Of course, I know there's a lot more questions, but you're more than welcome to call us or send us an email. And that's the Broward Family Visitation Center.
Thank you so much. That PowerPoint really pretty much answered all of at least my questions. The only question I really have is when you say that there has to be a referral, is that an email or a phone call, or is there a special form that someone has to fill out?
There's a special form. I can download that into the chat and Zoom to share. It's really short. We made it easy for anybody to fill it out. So it's not designated for just one person like the judge or the attorney. Again, the parents can fill it out themselves, just indicating why they're being referred to us, the contact info for both parents, and then the frequency of visits, and that's it. And then you would email the referral to the email that you see here below. The email is also listed on the referral form, and then you will also see our operation hours on the referral form. I think I said 9:30 earlier, but it's from 9 to 5:30, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just want to correct that. And but other than that, again, we're willing to accommodate families outside of our operation hours, as we know that during the week, during the school year, is difficult unless the child is much younger and they're not in school yet. So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful that a program like yours exists, and we're very grateful that you joined us today on Fridays with Friends so that we can tell the community about all the wonderful services that you offer.
Thank you.